Hello, Kylie. How are we? How are we this evening? I'll have some of that Mountain Dew, please.
I had to open it because I thought it was in there.
Sorry, guys. I'm just having a drink before we start. Oh, Kylie. It's the only one here at the moment. I don't know how many people we're going to have. I'm not doing any readings tonight. I'm basically here to, educate on, psychic abilities and spiritual awakening and any questions that you guys have. So I'm here to pay attention to each and every single one of you, as I do every single live. But this is more just to, clarify or guide in any way that you guys need or anything like that. So you've got Kylie shared. Hello, Jessica. How are we, darling? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. So you guys excited? I'm not too sure, as I said, how this is going to go. I don't know if we should just do it here or on a Skype. Kind of getting into the whole public mentoring thing. So yeah, bear with me, everyone. So if you guys have any questions, let me know and let me know where you're at. I'm not just here to keep talking. I'm going to be here, as I said, answer questions that you guys have. So let's do this. All right, cool. So what questions have you guys, or whereabouts are you guys at in the spiritual awakening process, like that you're at, or even using psychic abilities? Because I've had a lot of people, like, even want to get a session with me, and it's because they are, a bit confused, they're lost, they're not too sure what's happening. Are they going crazy? Are they? No, you're not. What type of things you can expect going through the spiritual awakening journey? It can be quite intense. You go through physical symptoms as well when you go through the ascension process. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep talking until we get some questions, and I'll go through some comments. But we've got Tina here. I love watching your lives. Hope you're well. If you're on to me, I'd love a reading. I'm not doing any readings tonight. This is basically a mentoring session on psychic development and spiritual awakening. I'm very clear. If you'd like a reading with me, though, please feel free to book in with me on my my business page, not on my private page, my business page, because I do offer one-on-one sessions and I do one-on-one readings as well. So yeah, I do private one-on-one mentoring sessions. So this is a bit of a new thing for me, coming up here on a live and doing it. So we'll see how we go. All right. So you've got Jessica Milford Robertson. Good evening. Jessica Scissorhands. I know I have abilities, but I don't know how to awaken them. Well, if you have the ability, if you know that you've got the abilities, they're already awakened. Okay, so explain to me what type of, this probably be better on a Zoom or a Skype call, I think, but what type of things do you go through on a day-to-day basis to make you feel that you have these abilities? Because I do feel that seeing things out of the corner of your eye might be one of them. I feel that, hearing things at nighttime, like people walking down your, hallway, could be one of them as well. Keeping in mind as well, the veil is very, very thin. It's almost non-existent between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. So, yeah. All right. Jessica, get back to me on that one. I'm going to try and get through to everyone if we can. I've only got 45 minutes, but if it goes over, it goes over. Claire Colbeck. Hi, Brianna. Hello, darling. Thank you for joining me tonight. Owana Stefan. Hi, Bree. Thanks for joining me, darling. I hope you're well. Likewise, my friend. All right, so Tessa Tang, blockages. I feel like I've been quite depressed after losing my partner, but straight after and before I was heightened. Could basically call out lost items. Okay, so basically you can remote view. That's fantastic to know. Remote viewing is awesome, especially when you lose things. And if you get good at it, you can pretty much rely on it at any time. So the reason why that's happening is because you are on a lower vibration. When we're at a higher vibration, we're able to access these things that, like remote viewing, connecting to our class senses, noticing spirits a lot more, seeing things a lot more. There's a lot more than just what we can physically see, sense, smell, touch, and taste. You know what I mean? So yeah, basically with the emotions keeping you at a lower vibration, your abilities aren't actually able to, connect. You need to be at peace with whatever's going on in your life. You need to be at peace with yourself, peace with surroundings, and that way you'll be able to get them back. I can work with you one-on-one if you'd like to, but we'll give you some, so basically we'll hope you send you away with some ideas of what we can do to help you get those abilities up and going. But I feel that just grieving would be one of them. Emotional healing would definitely be something I can recommend. When it comes to building a relationship, when it comes to your partner on the other side, is not impossible, and I see a lot of beautiful relationships between clients and their departed loved ones. So I do feel that there's a relationship that's yet to be connected here for you to accept the fact that he has passed away, because just because he's physically gone doesn't mean that he is spiritually. He's still always there. He always will be, as I said. But once you do that, your abilities will start to come back. You need to just start practicing again, because I feel like you're kind of getting back on the horse again for after 20 years of not riding. You gotta kind of warm up to that a little bit. All right. So, but something keeps telling me once I get my tarot, I'll get there. No, you don't need tarot. I will put it out there. You don't need tarot. Your intuition is just as strong and just as good as your intuition as tarot. Okay, you do not need tarot cards. It doesn't limit you. It helps teach you, listen to that guidance and to that intuition, but you do not need it. Okay, but so you do not need it. What do you see with remote viewing? Picture in your mind, just to knowing. Okay, so with me, I'm a very vivid clairvoyant, so I see things very, very clearly in my mind's eye. My mind's eye is very, very open. So basically, when I remote view, I get shown images of what I would understand it to then, give it to you guys in a reading, or if I'm trying to understand it. So if I'm saying, I found this boy's wallet. He's in the States. I've never even met these people. These are just friends that, that I've been talking to for, not long at the time. He lost his wallet for a while. They were about to travel, and I said something along the lines of, it was on a carpet rug on top of a tiled floor under a windowsill near a bookshelf, and that's exactly where it was. So I just got shown these images, exactly what to say, and so and he found the wallet. So you just got to kind of go exactly with what you see. It's pretty cool. I had the ability to move air with wind. Okay, so that's aerokinesis. That's something else that I also started to tap into, but didn't really kind of go ahead with. But I feel that there was also telekinesis is something that's quite interesting too. So yeah, telekinesis, aerokinesis, pyrokinesis, they're all amazing things that everybody can do. Just because you can do something like that doesn't mean that you're not gifted, or that, everyone can do it. Honestly, it's Shane Mitchell. Hi, first time commenting, long time. Listen, shout out. Hey bro, how are you? This is one of my good friends. Know him personally. Your egg, all right, as Rachel would say. So Wendy Gawley, hi Brie, hope you're well. Yes, I am. Okay. Thank you, darling. I hope you're well too. Back at you. Oh, and Stefan, when we tune in, how do we tune into our abilities better? You just said the veil is thin. I don't see anything or feel anything like that. I don't know how to do that. I'm a developing psychic medium, and I can only feel spirit when I put the intention in and ask for a communicator for the sitter. Okay, look, spiritual or not, you have the gift. Okay, you can be thankful to you guys and all that kind of stuff, like, be selfless, yes, but you have that gift. Do you know what I mean? You can do it. So pay attention to one ability at a time. The best thing I can recommend is to start with clairvoyance, right? If you can see things and you know that you can see things, try and connect to people for practice on somebody and try and pull through somebody if you're trying to do mediumship as well. So if you want to do, as I said, start with your clairvoyance, you'll start seeing images of what this person looked like, fine details of eye color, facial features and all that kind of stuff. And then if you want to tap into, other things, don't do it all at once, because that would be it won't get you anywhere. Just do it one at a time. So usually the last two to emerge are the clear tasting and the clear smelling. So the clear tasting and the clear smelling usually come after, but sometimes it can come before, at the same time as everything. But yeah, so I've got your next question down here, Alana, and then I'll go up to you again, Tessa. I can't see, I can only feel and know. Okay, so knowing's awesome because that's your main sense of intuition. So that's basically how I do all my readings. The feeling is clairsentience. So that's actually you're able to reach in and almost feel these person's clothing or, the texture of something. It's an amazing ability. It's pretty cool. So that's actually interesting for you to have that ability come forward first. So if with clairvoyance, it's, you just got to practice things. So say, for example, you're telepathically communicating with somebody, which, if those of you know about telepathy, that is real. You can actually send images, and that's how you can practice your clairvoyance abilities and strengthen that as well. So you can also do that with your any other sense. So it's fascinating. All right. Wait, no, sorry. I didn't mean to. I have to go back up to Tessa first. For me also, when I hear spirit, it's a voice in my mind, but I know it's not me. That is correct. That's actually your higher self. So what you consider spirit, I call my higher self, and that's your higher self guiding you. So, you can have protectors, you can have all this kind of stuff, but you get a reel of pictures that show me, and I get my vibration is lower. But when I'm at my worst, would it have been? So hang on, I'll try read that again. I get a reel of pictures, etc. that show me, and I get my vibration is lower. But why when I'm at my worst would it have been so high? Now it's been 9 months later. I can't hear anyone. I can't see small signs. Am I choosing to close it off? I think it's more of a subconscious thing. I don't think that you're choosing to, close it off. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna have a drink. Okay, I don't think you're choosing to close it off consciously. I think it's more of a subconscious thing. So with you, I think that you, as I said, with what I've just said before, you need to fine-tune these abilities by focusing on what you need to do. So if you're wanting to do clairvoyance, as I said, clairaudience, whatever, any of the clair senses, work on that, okay? You need to be completely still. You cannot receive messages if you are a mess inside. If I've done readings, or if I've tried to read for someone and I haven't been in tune or in alignment with my higher self and with the universe, I wouldn't receive the messages that I do, and I wouldn't be able to read the way that I do, okay? So you've really got to just get what you need, say what you get, and just go with it. Doesn't matter. People almost put it off as thoughts. Like, I know that with me being a medium, if I'm not just consciously distinguishing the differences between spirits talking to me and that voice, it can get very muddled. You've got to constantly be working on it to strengthen it. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah. Exactly right, Jessica. If we practice, we get better. That's exactly it. Practice makes perfect. Okay. Lauren Brown, how do you learn to tune into something? I definitely have something like things come to me. The dreams will happen. So cool. You've got you get dreams that are like, you get what are they called? Pre dreams that have precognition. So that's pretty cool. That's one thing I have never had, except for 1 or 2 dreams. Probably just the one. I'm not going to give myself the credit for 2 dreams. But yeah, okay. So for example, I dreamt my current workplace, the exact layout, and the person I was talking to in my dream I work closely with. I had this dream 5 years ago when I lived in a different state and this workplace, and it's not even built yet alone anyone I work with. I've seen things also like the corner of my... Okay, so with the with the comments, I need you to, when it cuts out, send the other half for me, if that's okay, because I've just lost half of your comment. But okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can look at this. You can either look at it as we have multiple different versions of ourselves in parallel universes. That's what I believe, right? So what you're seeing is potentially glimpses of what's going on in conjunction with each other, like a domino effect. You've seen a couple of dreams, right? So it's happening in separate lives. That's one way to look at it. It also could be psychic dreams, so it's also going to be happening in that life, in those parallel universes, and in your dream, in your life too as well, because you're dreaming about it. So you are psychic. You do have abilities where you can see things in your dreams, but yeah, I do feel that there's a couple of reasons for that happening. Okay, hope that helps. And I get huge gut feelings on things I just can't explain. Yeah, it's just one of those things that you don't know how you know, but you know. You don't know how, but you just do. But you know, you know what I mean? Like it's you just know. Yeah, it's fascinating. I remember remote viewing and actually you can catch a few people out being dodgy on you with remote viewing and the thing of knowing. So if they can back each other up, you can almost never guarantee to be wrong. Sorry, guaranteed to never be wrong. Sorry. All right, definitely try. Thank you. Good. I hope you guys do take what I'm saying and go away and practice with it, so that next week we can come back and do this again, but we can, work with what you've done, work with where you're at. Okay. Sarah Rose, hey, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Okay, so anything for me, love? I'm not doing readings tonight, darling. I'm actually just doing mentoring tonight. Tuesday nights is not readings. Okay. All right. So, Spirit shows me the pics like I read in my mind. So it works for a long period of time, and just after it's like I lost it. Okay. So, okay, thanks. Okay. So I probably went off a little bit off topic. I'm pretty good at doing that. So, because you probably don't say it quick enough. And sometimes when you don't get the message, so sometimes when you get the messages and you don't say it, it does go away. So I believe that Spirit's really trying to get you to say something or get a message across, and you're not saying it. So they do take it away. So, yeah. Jessica Milford Robertson, I got deja vu a lot. What does that mean? That means, well, as I said, everything that I'm saying is my belief. It doesn't mean that, I'm saying that any other religion or anything else is wrong. But with parallel universes, as I was saying, I do believe that we're in a multiverse and there's multiple different versions of us in multiple different universes and parallel universes. When that happens, we're kind of coming in and kind of merging. And that's why it feels like we've done things, we're experiencing something that we've done before or something like that. So that's what I think anyway. I can't put it down to any other logical explanation because you're living something that you feel that you lived before, but you haven't. So it's a weird feeling. I had deja vu the other night when I was doing a live with you guys. I think went for about 20 seconds. It was crazy. It feels really, I've had it a fair few times and I can't get used to it. Amy Joelle Freeman. Hello, darling. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. Wendy Gawley. Hi, I've always been an empath and I've learned to embrace it, but instead of being overwhelmed by it, how can I focus on this to help others? Learn to observe and not absorb the emotions. Okay, so just because you're observing does not make you any way narcissistic. Oh, wait, what was that? I hope my laptop did not. Sorry, I had a panic attack. I thought my laptop nearly died. Does not make you in any way, shape, or form a narcissistic or a selfish person. Basically, you are stepping back and observing and acknowledging the fact that they're upset and being able to empathize with that, but you're not taking that on as yourself, as your own emotions. Once you can get that down packed, it makes life a lot easier. I believe that 100%. All right, so I have vivid dreams and they either happen or they have happened, but I can tell when someone's feeling what someone's feeling when they're in front of me. Okay, so you're reading energy. So basically that's the same thing as I do. I read energy. So I can tell exactly what a person's feeling, almost thinking when I walk into a room. It's freaky. And I definitely believe that you can get a bit uncomfortable with that. I can understand why. It's reading their energy. So if you're at a higher vibration, you do feel lower vibrational energies. And that's why when, you can almost feel energy drops and energy spikes when people walk in and leave the room and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it can be pretty uncomfortable, but as long as you acknowledge what senses that is and what it is telling you. So yeah. All right, so Jessica, last month I kept dreaming of a friend I don't talk to like constantly, and I finally felt that my guides were telling me I need to talk to her. And while I did, and I told her mum had a message for her and everything will be okay, and she needed that talk because she's thinking suicidal thoughts. Well done, girlfriend. That is fantastic. That is awesome. So that is basically what you got to do. So that is exactly what a medium is for. A medium is there to help alleviate emotional grieving from people that here left in this physical plane when the deceased ones pass away. Okay, like it is, you did a beautiful thing, and keep practicing that every time. Look, even if you feel like you got a message from me or anybody else in this group, which we will do that, a few lives down the track, I think we're going to start practicing on each other of, how to pull through each other's spirit and how to pull through each other's loved ones. Okay, so you did a wonderful thing, and that is you serving your purpose here. Well done. Anyone that's suicidal, you've probably saved a life. So I'm really, really proud of you, darling. I am. I don't think I have any abilities. I think you do. I think you're very intuitive. I just think that you make a lot of wrong decisions. Okay, you do have abilities. You do. You just ignore them. You do. Trust me. Everybody has abilities. Tina Bede. I feel like I do a lot with tarot. I feel like I do well with tarot, but I started second guessing myself lately. I have too. And that is the universe testing us so that we can push ourselves to become better, so that we can become, more accurate to relay messages. We're messengers. That's what we're here for, messengers. We're here to relay messages. So every time we're doing an uncomfortable reading, it's like, don't hit the messenger. But don't second guess yourself, because that is what is going to stuff you up. You just need to keep going. And every time you fall off the horse, you just got to get back on and go back on. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't second guess yourself. You don't have anything to doubt. I'm not doing readings tonight, darling. Tonight's just mentoring. If you can read the title of the live, I do apologize. I'll be going live tomorrow night for readings though. All right, Sarah Elizabeth Bond. When I was 4, I still remember my pop coming into my room as a spirit and saying goodbye to me. And I was the one who told my mum, but my pop died before she got the phone call. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? What do you take of that? I've never seen anything again. I just feel things. Okay, so your pop was indeed coming to see you, 100%. If spirits want to, like before they, you'll very rarely see a loved one out of the corner of your eye, because they're not, it takes a lot of emotional strength spiritually to appear in this physical realm as a spirit as that density. Do you know what I mean? So they're going to allow themselves to be around you in other ways. But whilst he was still here in the physical realm before he'd actually crossed over, I do believe that was when he was able to come and say goodbye. And I can actually full on see it. I can full on see it, and that's just beautiful. So yeah, I don't think that there's anything that you have to worry about. Feeling things is enough, and that's what you can work on. You can work on that and grow on that to strengthen your abilities. Okay. All right. So Wendy Gawley, thanks. Very good advice. Thank you. Jessica, now they are giving me a dream of another friend about her mum now. So now I have to go contact her and let's see what I get. If this is interesting and amazing work helping people, now I know how you feel when you help us. I love it. I love that comment. Thank you. And it is an amazing feeling because you're raising the vibration of others around you. And that's what I keep talking about with raising your vibration, keeping a high vibration. Okay. You help lifting that. And that's, it's a good feeling. Okay. So it is a very good feeling. Keep doing the good work. But, if you get knocked back or if you get it wrong, don't let it keep you off the horse. Trust me. Okay, I've gotten it wrong plenty of times. Hi, Claire. Thank you for joining me, darling. Right, so Chloe, sorry, how did I get Chloe out of your name? Sorry, I just thought of OE and those saw Chloe. Zoe, what are your thoughts on protecting yourself before opening up abilities? It depends if you're doing it by choice or if it happens naturally. So with me, I didn't really kind of get a choice with that because it was 4 weeks old when it happened for me. So, as long as you don't allow, see, this is something that I struggle to explain to people because I don't have to, I've never really had to protect myself. I just kind of tap in, tap out, get that information, and I can shift dimensions quite easily. And anybody can, but with me, it's like opening yourself up to abilities. You still have, if you've got a high vibration, like I keep talking about, and showing love and gratitude, you've got nothing to worry about. There is nothing that can attach to you. People, think of it this way: when people really hate you because you have done absolutely nothing wrong, it's because you've got a high vibration and you're irritating them. So things that are a lower vibe than you are not going to hang around for long. So don't feel that you've got to protect yourself with all this sage and crystals and everything like that. You've just got to keep a high vibration of love. It's the highest frequency. Okay, so hi, Gloria. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. That's something that's never left me. Yeah, no, it will always stay with you. It'll always stay with you. And, did you see, you physically saw it with your own eyes? Like I've seen a couple of things like similar, but that's not a loved one. But that's beautiful. Tina Beadle, thank you. I keep getting number plates and even playing a card in the middle of, hang on, I'm playing a card in the middle of the street. How can I connect the figure? Okay, I keep getting number plates. Yeah, I get the number plates all the time. I get 7777 all the time, and 5555. All the double numbers. It's crazy. How can I connect to figure the messages? Okay, so say for example, if you get triple numbers, repeating numbers, mirrored numbers, anything like that, you can actually Google what it means. So if it's anything to do with 11 or ones are quite powerful. And so if you've got 111, be very cautious of your thoughts at that point in time because you're manifesting that into your own reality. If you think of say, I can't think of all off the top of my head right now, but I do know that 666, which a lot of people are scared of, it actually means just shift your perspective, change the way you see things. When you have a question, ask Google. It's the best. Google is your best friend. It's the best advice I can give you. All right. So Iwana, any pointers on how to channel? The higher self, avatar, other entities? The Esther Hicks channels of Abraham, for example. Allow yourself. Okay, so with channeling, I've channeled loved ones for people. Don't think I've channeled anything higher other than, people that have passed away, but, so I don't really know how to answer that one accurately, but all I do know is from experience with channeling spirits that have passed away is to just allow, just kind of surrender. So when the spirits want to, I remember when a mate of mine passed away and I was able to channel him years later, probably started about 5 years ago, to my other friend. And it just felt like I was unconsciously having a conversation with the person I was talking to, but things were being said that I wasn't consciously thinking of at the time. So don't think about it consciously, but just allow it to flow. It's the best advice I can give you. Okay. All right. So beautiful explanation. Thank you. You're welcome. Today I got 1:11:11. Okay, so again, I'm not really too sure what I have to look. I've looked them up 1,000 times in the last few years, but it doesn't stick. Look it up on Google, as I said. I'm not doing readings tonight, darling. I'm just doing mentoring, okay? Jessica Milford Roberts, do you know what really grinds my gears? I have always known when people are lying. Yes, I can understand that. Being a walking lie detector can really have its ups and downs. I have more confidence to call them out recently, good girl, but now I have led to arguments. How do you deal with this? Not to call it out and make the person own it, but just let it go. Right, so the best way, if you really feel the urge to say something, pick and choose your battles. Okay, so I'm very verbal. If I don't like something, I will say it. If I'm very opinionated. I've had to learn to pull the reins up because I didn't want to keep getting into arguments every day like I was. You need to just pick and choose what you want to. If it's something that you are passionate about, or if it's something that you see, say for example, you're witnessing an argument happen, right, and then it gets really out of control and you could literally solve the argument by saying, look, I was actually witness to it, whatever. That is something to be worthwhile unless you're going to get punched in the face. But I highly doubt that will happen unless the guy's a psycho. But you know what I mean? You need to pick and choose when you're going to do it. When you do it, make sure that you do it at an appropriate time. It doesn't have to be there and then in the heat of the moment. It can actually be something well thought about. You can actually go back and think about what you're going to say, think about a time to approach it and say, look, I just need you to not take this as a personal attack, but I'm not exactly happy with how things have played out. I'm not, I've just witnessed what I have, for example, but say it in a genuine way so that people can't take offense. And if they do, then just give up, because some people are just difficult. I hope this helps. All right. So Jenny Sky, I couldn't find it, but I'm here now. Oh, great. I'm glad you made it. All right. Yeah. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I still remember my room. He came in through a ghostly spirit through my window. He kissed me on the forehead and said goodbye. He's not physically, he's not gone. He's not gone. That is beautiful. That almost made me cry. I'm like, what? He's still very much with you, I promise you. And he's guiding you and protecting you every single day. All right. So I always wondered why I could never see anyone else I was close with. I can't see people I'm close to. And believe me, I would love, as a medium, I would love to be able to see people that I'm close to, but it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I can't read for myself. I can't connect to my own loved ones. It's how it works. If you've got a gift, you have to use it selflessly, not selfishly. Okay. That's one thing I have experienced and learned. And, if you want to get a medium to connect with and someone that you do know can do it, then do it that way. But we just have to do that for each other as mediums. You know what I mean? It's the best thing I can recommend. All right. Is it easier to connect with others' loved ones than your own? Yes. Yes, I don't so when I'm mentoring and I'm training my up and coming psychic mediums, I will use my loved ones. So there's 4 of my loved ones that I can actually think of right now that I can send over in spirit to help train, to help train my students. And it does work, but I can't channel anything that they want to say to me. It would mean more to me if a talented psychic medium came up to me and said something detailed about someone very close to me that had passed away that only I would know, then yeah. But other than that, no, I can't, because then if I'm doing a reading for myself or trying to channel someone that I love and care about, I know who they are. So I'm not going to be able to distinguish whether it's me making it up in my head that I'm getting that information, which is still self-doubt that I'm kind of overcoming, but it just, yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit redundant. Hope that helps. That's good advice. Jessica Milford Robertson. That's good advice, especially dealing with family. Thank you. Look, my family, we never really got along. So yelling and screaming and being, big and tough doesn't always get the message across. Makes you feel better at the time, completely waste your energy because the other person has not comprehended the thing that you're trying to say. The best thing to just do is give them genuine eye contact. Don't be snarky. Do not have attitude, and just explain it in a calm way, and they'll be able to tell that you're genuine. Okay, so I hope this helps. I really do. All right, so 29 minutes. Is that all it's been? My goodness me. My goodness me. All right, so Jessica, is it all mediums that can't see their own loved one? I do believe so, yes. Spiritually speaking, if we were given this gift, I don't think that we are allowed or we can't use it to connect to our own loved ones, because it's just how it works. Unfortunately, it's just how the law of physics works with metaphysics and everything like that. Unfortunately, it's my partner's loved ones I can, but he can channel mine. But it's most mediums can't see their own loved ones. Tina, what's your go-to steps before a reading for either yourself or someone else? Do you have a set ritual that you do? No, I just kind of go about my day until the reading's there, and then when I'm in the moment, that's where I start. But I do ask my higher self for information and guidance that that they need, or any information that only they would know, to give them that clarification that their loved ones are with them. So, all right, thank you, Hannah. It's always been a really touchy subject for me because I was so young. I've always been so interested in all of this. So I'm so intrigued how he got through this, how he got through to say goodbye to me, though. I feel maybe because I was young, he didn't want me to see him sick. He would not have shown himself to you as a spirit sick, because he didn't want, he loves you. Why would he want to do that to you? No way. He doesn't want you to remember him like that. No way. And that's why, don't ever feel, touchy about it. It happened. It happened. And it wasn't, him, as I said, because he would have been passing on, because, I feel like he would have been a very good man. He would have almost had a throne, a seat next to God's throne almost. Like he had no, he had to do a couple of hard things, I do believe, but I don't think that he did anything major to not get across. And when he had to, ascend and lift his vibration, the physical plane's a pretty dense, dimension. So when you lift up, not easy to come back down once you're up there. So hope this helps. Jessica, like me, I feel my grandpa sometimes, but I can't see him. I can't seem to channel him. But I know he's here taking care of me and my job. Absolutely. You can even, this is where, other senses come into it by, clairvoyance, clairsentience, all those kind of things to communicate with them. So if you can't see them physically or channel them, channeling is very different to being able to get messages. They're very different. Channeling is where you allow the spirit to actually take control of your body almost, to then relay that spirit message to their loved ones. Do you know what I mean? So it's like being a puppet almost. So those really bad way to put it, but those puppets where you stick the hand in the back of their head, and it's like, so imagine the hand being the ghost and you being the puppet, being the channel. And it's like, that's the best way and the easiest way I can explain it. But he's a yes, 100%. Kelly Franks, how do I know whether to put my efforts into healing or mediumship? Well, do both. That's exactly what I do. So basically, when you're doing readings for people, you are healing them. Okay, as long as you're not, if you are genuine and you are, authentic, and you want to heal and you actually want to have that, effect on people, then you'll have that effect on people. You put efforts into the both. I do a lot of healing when I do my mediumship readings, and my psychic readings as well. Like it's a psychic counseling thing that I do. It's the same thing with you that you can do. Do you know what I mean? Do them both. They're not both full-time courses that are going to take 6 months of the year. Do you know what I mean? But I hope this helps, Kelly. I really do. All right, Jessie Cat Scissor Hands. There was one day I was upset crying and I heard a voice sounded like my dad, my uncle, and he called my name. Jessica, you think it was a god of my grandpa? Your grandfather, 100%. 100%. It was definitely your relatives. 100%. Your guides are going to show you, your guides are really going to physically speak to you. Do you know what I mean? The gift that you have is going to come through regardless. Your loved one was there. 100,000%. Guarantee it. Okay. Zoe, can you describe why some loved ones come through on readings and others don't? I can, because I have had this happen a couple of times before. So basically, when you connect with someone, there has to be a willing medium and a spirit that's just as willing to do it as well. There has to be a middle, and both of them have to meet both way. But yeah, halfway, sorry. That's exactly why. And if, some spirits don't like certain mediums and some spirits just don't resonate with that medium, and that could be why. They'll give through brief information, but they won't pull through, all the information that they need to. So it can, it all depends on how the other layers of your aura communicate with the spirits on the other side for them to decide to come through or not. Depends if they trust you. Susie, spiritual counseling. Yes, that's exactly what I'm into. I actually want to get a certificate in counseling so that I can be certified. I don't think I'd need it, but just to have it there, I guess. All right. So Jenny Sky, my mediumship reading I had the other day was traumatic. Not the one I had with you. Why would my lover send negative? Okay, Jenny, I'm glad I got you here for this. He didn't. Now, I have the ability to evidentially say things. I'm telling you, if there was anything negative that was needing to be said, I would have portrayed it in a way that was very much obvious, but not like that. Do you know what I mean? He had nothing to say that was negative. I would have told you if there was. Okay, this woman, was connecting to somebody else. I'm telling from what I'm connecting with you right now and what I'm feeling is that she was connecting to somebody else. So try and think of it like this: if there was somebody else coming through, or if there was somebody else that lied, manipulated, and treated you like that, right? So what can happen with mediums, right? They get all these messages. It can be confusing to go to exactly who it goes to, who it's coming from, right? I don't think that it wasn't from him. It was from somebody else. So think about somebody else that was actually doing that to you and then try and relate it to that. It was not him. I promise you that, sweetie. Okay? You are so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Tina Beat, I feel like my guides try to play games with me to be funny. It is because they like to be cheeky or trying to lift your vibration. I like that. I'm going to go with they're trying to lift your vibration. So, I have the similar thing where they'll show me funny images or I'll get funny thoughts. It's not just you thinking of these things. Our brains are receivers. Okay. So, yeah, our brains are receivers. They're definitely trying to lift your vibration. That would be awesome. I would love to see spiritual counseling. Yeah, it's amazing. Honestly, like the healing and the change that you make in people's lives is something that you'll never, it's the best feeling in the world. So worth it. Jessica Scissorhands. It's a funny story that happened to me 2 months ago. I was doing a client's hair and I lost her dyes and I was having a nervous breakdown until I heard a voice in my head in the closet, and the closet door opens. My client's face looks scared. I would have too. So till this day, I'm trying to figure out who helped me that day. I think that was your grandfather. I do feel like that was your grandfather, and a bit of your higher self as well. So, your loved ones are the ones that are going to, actually. So if spiritual things like that, yeah, to help you out like that, yeah. As I said before, channeling and connecting to them to get messages across is different, but that is, 100%. I feel like your granddad. All right, Jenny's going to hold on to that. Good, you should, because this person. I'm not saying you were, wrong or they were wrong, obviously, but I'm not saying that they weren't a medium. I do believe they were. I just believe that their messages were like mixed, not straightforward. Okay, and I hope that you actually said, no, I'm not happy. Like, that doesn't make sense, because you need to try and resonate to somebody else. Okay. All right. So, Jessica, can spirits open doors, not guides? What do you mean? Elaborate on that question if you can. That'd be great. We're doing well, aren't we? So 38 minutes. 38 minutes. I hope you guys have learned something or two tonight. I really do. This will be a weekly occurrence. So, if you guys would prefer it to be on here, we can do it on here, or we can do it on a Zoom so that everyone's kind of on a video and we can all have a chat. Because I know it's like to type. All right. Jules, darling, I'm not actually doing readings tonight, darling. I'm just doing mentoring. Sorry, sweet girl. All right. Is it common for spirits to use electrical devices to communicate? Yes. When we went to Katoomba the other night, Wentworth Falls, and we went ghost hunting, that when Harley heard go away and then he saw this kid standing in the building, there was a light that turned on. And that story's happened a lot from a few other people that I've actually spoken to, and I have heard it from one other person as well that has heard that story from a few other people too. So it's kind of known that they can actually stuff around with electricity as well. Amanda J, Queen of Mentoring right here. Hey, babes. How are you, darling? You know what? Have you been here the whole time in the background? I bet you have. If not, then you probably just jumped in. And if that's the case, you probably got about 6 minutes to go before I'm jumping off. So, Jessica, loved ones can do things to help us open doors. Or what about our spirit guides? No, our spirit guides, I definitely believe, are there to spiritually guide us, not to help us with the physical realm. So, with spirit guides, so my spirit guide would be guiding me to doing mentoring and stepping up into my role here on earth. Do you know what I mean? That's what my spirit guide would be doing. Your loved ones are the ones that are opening doors to bigger and better things. Okay, so spiritually keep you safe for what your spirit guides do, and I do believe that yeah. Does that make sense? All right. I had bad energy, heat pump out of my chest, felt by others, also repelled by the hands. Of any idea why? Had energy. Okay, so the first thing that I get for you is your heart chakra is blocked, majorly blocked. So pump out of my chest, heart palpitations, felt by others, repelled their hands. Any idea? Honestly, let me, if you want me to, I can try and work on you. I don't, see if I can help, but yeah, see if they can repel my hands, if that makes sense. That would just be, I actually don't know why that would be for once in my life. I don't actually know what that would mean. I believe that is something to do with your energy and your energy alone, not anything connected to you or your aura. Okay. Oh, good boo, just here on and off. Oh, I love you. Thank you. How's your night going, Amanda? Miss Amanda J. Oh, soul sister. All right. Zoe Anderson. I once had a psychic tell me I had an evil entity attached to the back of my neck, and which is why it was stiff and sore. You know what? I was told when I was at the East to show that I had a reptilian standing behind me. And don't believe everything you hear. Honestly, don't believe everything you hear. I don't mean that in an insulting way, but you being realistic, being psychic, you still have to be realistic. And I believe that you slept on your neck wrong. Honestly, I do not believe when there's bad entities and energies around you, they don't physically, well, for me, I don't believe they actually physically affect your physical health. I think they just fuck with you a lot. You know what I mean? No, I don't feel that that's the case. I just think people do a lot of this and they don't really know what they're talking about. So, including that woman that just said that to you. So, why would she say something like that? Something to say, unfortunately. So I need to teach you guys how to read energy. If their words don't match up to their frequency, then that's bullshitting. And that's why you would have been able to pick up on that. Okay. All right. What have we got here? Sarah Elizabeth Bond. What do you take of dreams that recently departed friends come to tell you things? So they are coming to see you in your dream. I'll explain why in a second. Do I have some sort of psychic ability? I ask friends and they never have anything like that happen. So how often does this happen? And is it the same person or is it multiple different loved ones of yours or other people's? Because what happens is sleep is the cousin to death, essentially. So when we go to sleep, right, we are visiting the same level of consciousness that actually exists after death, which is why our loved ones can come to see us in our dreams. It's fascinating, isn't it? My mum rang me and she had a dream about someone that we knew the other night, and I had to explain the same thing to her. It's because he's, you guys have been on the same astral plane. So you know how you've heard of the astral part of our aura, etheric part, all that kind of stuff. That's where so that's kind of where they're able to connect with you in your dreams. Yes, I do believe you have some sort of psychic ability, and I do believe if you work on it, you'd be able to, if it's your own people, your own people, if it's your own loved ones, then they would be coming to see you as messages. So yes, you would be some sort of messenger, and they would be coming to tell you as, a warning or as guidance. So, all right, Zoe, thank you. I didn't believe her. Yeah, no, don't. Honestly, if any of you have any questions, just come and if you have a reading or anything like that and you're not sure, just come and ask me. You mean friendly neighborhood psychic? Here to help. But yeah, no, you shouldn't have believed her. I'm glad you didn't. Jesse Cat, I'm going to rewatch this live. This was awesome to learn with you and everyone's abilities. Thank you, Brie. You're an amazing woman. Thank you again for helping us. No, you're not. You guys aren't ants. You guys are people that you just, I'm here with knowledge and I'm here happy to help people learn. All right. I've had a few people, but this one, the same lady, comes a few times now. So this woman would be one of your spirit guides, I believe, and it's pretty rare to watch. You know what? If she's reoccurring and then she's either related to you, she has a connection to you somehow, but I do believe she'd be probably one of your spirit guides. But yeah, they do come to you in your dreams sometimes, but I can't guarantee if she's a spirit guide, but she has a connection to you. Does that make sense? All right. So I dream of my brothers and I lost my partner and they're trying to help me. Of course they are. And if you feel like, so I got told this by a really good friend of mine. If you get dreams or images or anything like that in your mind and you don't know if it's real, if you feel that it's real and you've got it backing up in your mind, then you know that it's, if it comes from your gut and your mind, then it's, 100%. So, yeah. Okay, guys, 45 minutes. That was a pretty good session number 1. I need you guys to start thinking about what you'd like me to talk about next week when it comes to this sort of stuff. I want you guys to take in what I've said, the advice, and if you've just caught on, I need you to go back and watch the video because there's quite some information, quite some interesting information there that that you could learn. If you need to ask anything next week, please just keep it aside and make sure that you comment on this next week, and I'll be able to answer it 100% for you, no dramas at all. So I've got a few more questions here. I'll try and get the last 3 in. She was my mom's best friend and wanted to tell me what they said, but she died from. Hang on. And she wanted to tell me what I said she died from. She didn't, and I've never known what to do with it. There's a reason she told you and you alone. So just take it as a piece of information that a loved one's come to give you, because I don't believe a lot of other people would have that or have been experiencing that or have experienced that. So yeah. Lani, I'm not doing readings tonight, girl. I'm just doing mentoring. So Tuesday nights is my new weekly mentoring live to help people on their journey to spiritual awakening and developing psychic mediums and whatnot. So developing their abilities. So yeah, sorry. I'll be going live tomorrow night for readings though. Aaron Little, I feel like someone is trying to tell me something and my son's room gets cold at night. Put a heater in there. No, I fully understand that because my son's room gets very active at nighttime too. It's like, go to sleep. So don't focus on it too much. The message will come when it's clear, okay? If you have a feeling that someone's trying to tell you something, be open to it, but don't go looking because you'll pull out wrong information that could be incorrect. So just the light will come on when the time's right, okay? All right, so Tina Beadle, I don't remember my dreams. They are weird or they don't make sense. Yeah, I can relate to that actually. Yeah, I can. Lately, my dreams have been, you know what, in my dreams when I'm doing something in my dreams, God knows what, but I'm doing something because when I come back to my body and I wake up, because I know that I astral project and I go to the bathroom or go get a bite to eat, I'll be like, man, I feel so far away from where I was like 30 seconds ago. So yeah. All right, Jessie Cat. Have a good night, Bree. Sending you love and light. Thank you again. You're welcome. I'll see you guys next week. Tina, thank you, lovely. To take some notes for next time. Really enjoyed this. I did too, guys. It was good fun. It was nice change not doing readings. Vicky, I dream of my loved ones every night and they come to see you all the time. 100%. People that are mediumistic and have I just stabbed myself in my face with my fucking acrylic nail. That really hurt. People that have mediumistic abilities are actually going to receive messages from the loved ones in their sleep. It is a type of mediumship in a way. Yeah. So it's awesome. Thanks for tonight. I'm going to try not to freak out about it and have a clear head. If you need to message me, just message me. I do offer one-on-one readings as well. So not readings and also mentoring. So just like this, but one-on-one on video chat. So if you need help, darling, let me know. Not a problem. Have a good night. You too, sweetie. Thank you for understanding. Alana, thank you so much for your time and energy. Thank you for listening. All right. So thank you so much, Bree. I hope this has been awesome. Luke, do you think I will ever walk again? Yes, I do. You just got to believe in yourself, honestly. Best of luck, mate. Bye, guys. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to hang on, Jessie Cat. When we leave our bodies and come back, do you feel drained like you didn't sleep? Yep. I feel like I've just body rested and my mind's just not even had a wink of sleep. So that's exactly what it feels like, yeah. And it's exhausting. It's like, I just slept 16 hours for nothing. I feel no better than I did yesterday. All right, guys. Message me if you guys need, and I'll see you tomorrow for readings, my weekly readings, but I'll be back next Tuesday for session 2. All right. Much love to you all. Bye.